Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Right, guys, so we are going through Kanz al-Daqaiq, and we are, well, basically last time I explained to you guys about this concept of selling an item where you only mention the minimum, right? So if you remember, just to recap what we were saying, we said that according to the Hanafis, we said that if you have a pile of food, like this, you got a sack of wheat and you advertised it as 1 cup per pound, right? So I did mention to you guys my cup. I said, this is a cup, right? So 1 cup per pound. So this 1 cup per pound, if you were to sell it for that, then Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says that the transaction with regarding 1 cup is binding, but the transaction regarding more than 1 cup is not binding. It doesn't fall under the contract. According to Imam Abu Yusuf and according to Imam Muhammad, they say no, it does. And if you were to scoop it up and you found that the number of cups that you asked for, and the example we gave was 10 cups, because I'm going to have a party, or you're going to have a party, you're going to invite me to your house for the biryani, and we said that's allowed, that is, according to Sahibain, right? Because Abu Hanif was arguing that, well, you don't exactly know how many cups of wheat you have in the sack. It could be 10, it could be less than 10. And therefore, it's going to lead to a fight, because if I find out that you don't have 10 and I need 10, then I'm going to be saying to you, well, I could have gone to the other shop and blah, blah, blah. So this is why the Sahibain say that no, it's actually allowed, because once you scoop it up, if you don't find it according to how much you asked for, then you can actually decline. Right, and then we talked about the final thing that we said was that things are of two types. We have fungible and non-fungible items for sale. Fungible is that which can be easily replaced, and non-fungible is that which cannot be replaced. It's like one of a kind. So let's continue then. So he says, وَلَوْ بَاعَ ثَلَّةً أَوْ ثَوْبًا. If a person was to sell a thalla, like a flock of animals, flock of sheep, let's say, أو ثوبًا, or was to sell a thawb, some clothing like a jacket or some trousers or some kind of other kind of cloth. And what was advertised was this: كل شاة أو ذراع بدرهم. That I'm selling a flock, and every goat is for, let's say, £100. £100 per goat, right? Or £100 per yard, per meter of this cloth. Now, if you remember what we said last time, we said animals are all non-fungible because they all differ. And we said the cloth in classical terms, medieval terms, was non-fungible because it was made by hand and all cloth was different. It wasn't the same. Now, modern days with technology and with textiles industry, we're actually able to make cloth that is almost exactly the same. So therefore, cloth nowadays would be treated as fungible as opposed to the olden days. So let's get ourselves in our time machines, let's go back in time, and let's try to live in their time. So in their days, let's say the guy I'm saying, you come to me and you say to me, I say to you, I've got a flock of sheep. I'm not telling you how many there are, but each one, I'm selling one. One is for £100. Now, or the same with cloth meters. فَسَدَ فِي الْكُلِّ. In other words, in all of these, this becomes fasid. فِي الْكُلِّ. In all scenarios, it becomes fasid. Why? Because these items are non-fungible. Now, if you come to me and you say to me, okay, sir, I will buy one. And I say to you, okay, here are 10, I will give you this one. And out of the 10, I give you number 6. And you want number 4. And I say, no, I'm going to give you number 6. You say, no, I want number 4. And then, you grab my neck and then you start squeezing it. Yeah. So the point is that the argument's going to start of when we're going to select the sheep. Which sheep are you going to select? If I was to sell you a sheep and I had it in my hand and I said, I'm selling you this sheep for 100, there's no argument. But if I say to you, I've got a flock and I'm going to sell one sheep is for £100, you might select one, but I might think, no, that's actually a really good one. That is, I'll give you another one. That's going to lead to a fight. And the same with the cloth. So if I have 10 meters of cloth and I say to you, okay, I'll give you 1 meter for £1, and you say to me, I want it from this part, this section. I don't want it from this section. So I say, no, I have to give it from this section. So what's going to happen is an argument. So this is why he said, فَسَدَ فِي الْكُلِّ. In other words, in all these scenarios, it is going to be considered to be fasid. Why is it going to be fasid? Because everyone agrees this. Now, in the previous one, we had Abu Hanifa Sahibain's disagreement regarding the one. The transaction goes through, but it's just the issue with the one. Whereas in this masala, it's actually everyone agrees not allowed because it's going to cause big difference, and it's gharar al-fahish. It's going to lead to excessive uncertainty. Right, excessive uncertainty. وَلَوْ سَمَّ الْكُلْ. Right, next scenario. What if in this, all of this, in the same thing, that the total amount was mentioned? صَحَّ فِي الْكُلْ. So, okay, so how does this work then? So, for example, come to a shop, right? Assalamu alaikum, shake hands. Actually, might not want to shake hands. Right, what would you like? And you say to me, I would like 10 cups of rice. 10 cups of rice? Excellent. I've got a whole pile of rice, right? Each cup is for £1 and I've got 10 cups of rice. So now, if you come to my shop and I start measuring it, right? And there's obviously going to be 3 scenarios now. So either there's going to be 10 there. If there's 10, yeah, you got what you asked for. Or there's going to be less than 10, 9, 8, 7. Or there's going to be more than 10, right? So do you understand what I'm saying? In this, Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, he says, if you find 10, then deal's done, shake hands. If you find less than 10, then you obviously, you got less than what you asked for. So you have a choice now. You can either leave it if you want, or if every amount was mentioned, the minimum amount, you can buy it for the amount that they're selling. So for example, if you were selling £1 for a cup, therefore you can buy it for, if there's 9, you can buy it for £1, £2, £3. How much is that? 9. If it's 8, £1, £2, £3, £8, right? Because you didn't get what you wanted, but because each cup was mentioned, the value of each cup, therefore then it's allowed. Does that make sense? So here is where you have this particular masala with regards to if you find it less. What if you find it more than? What if you find it to be, I scooped it up and I found it to be 12 cups in this sack. So then obviously I take the 10 and the 2 will remain for me, the shopkeeper. Yeah. So this is what he says, that وَلَوْ سَمَّ الْكُلْ صَحَّ فِي الْكُلْ. If the shopkeeper was to mention the total amount, صَحَّ فِي الْكُلْ, then it would be allowed. So here the commentators, they mention whether you mention the entire amount or the entire price, the full price. وَلَوْ نَقَصَ كَيْلٌ. However, if after scooping we now find that there is less than 10, نَقَصَ is deficient, أَخَذَ بِحِصَّتِهِ أَوْ فَسَخَ. So you have a choice now. Either you take it for its current value. So if there's 9 cups, you take it for 9. 8 cups, you take it for 8. 7 cups, you take it for 7, and so forth. Or you just nullify the contract. And you have full right to nullify the contract because initially you wanted how much? You wanted 10. You didn't get 10, so by law, you have the right to retract your agreement. وَإِنْ زَادَ. And however, if it is more than 10, if it's found to be 11 or 12, then what? Like there's 10, 11 scoops or 12 scoops or 15 scoops of rice. وَإِنْ زَادَ فَلِلْبَيْعِ. وَإِنْ زَادَ. And if it's more than that, then it's for the seller. It belongs to the seller because the agreement was only 10. And because this is a fungible item, separating like the 11th cup or the 12th cup or the 13th cup, right, is not really going to affect the rest of the batch. Does that make sense? Okay, now the next masala is to do with what if the item is a non-fungible item, right? What if it's the cloth, classical cloth, or if it's sheep or goats? And in the same thing, so you come to me and you say, I want to buy a goat for this nice party we're going to have. And I say, oh, fantastic. I've actually got 10 goats. How much do you need? Because I need 10. I go, excellent. Each one is going to cost you £1. £1 a bit too cheap, yeah? Let's say £100. £100 per sheep. And I've told you the total amount. Previously we said, fasada fil kul. It's not allowed, absolutely. Here we say it is allowed. However, you're either going to find 10, or I might find that there's 9 sheep only, or goats, or there might be more than 10, there might be 11. So he says, وَإِنْ زَادَ فَلِلْبَيْعِ وَلَوْ نَقَصَ ذِرَاء. Okay, so here he mentioned the dhira' one, so I'll mention to you the dhira' one. If you find, obviously, goats, not mentioned here, but if you find 9 goats, because the 9 was mentioned, then it should be okay. You pay for 9. And if you don't want it, you don't take it. And if you find 10, you agree to taken 10, so you have to, it's binding. If you find 11, then it becomes a problem. Because then, what is the 11th one? So the 11th one that you take, which one is this one going to be? Because let's say I take 10, there's 11 there. And you say to me, oh, I'll take this one and this one and this one. I don't want this one. And the 11th one, I say, no, actually, take this. You can't take that one. So we start arguing over which one you're going to take. Right? You're saying you're not going to take this one. I'm saying, no, you got to take this one. You can't take this one. Again, another argument. So over there, if it exceeds 10, 10 is okay, but the problem is in the 11th. And because the problem's in the 11th, it affects the entire contract. So the entire contract becomes nullified. Right? So that's to do with the sheep. What about cloth then? So if there's cloth, and I say to you, I'm selling you, and there's a total of 10 meters of cloth. And you say to me, okay, now if you come to me and I measure the cloth, and I find the cloth to be 10, then alhamdulillah, contract's done, you're happy, I'm happy, and you have to go away and give me the money. But if you found it to be less than 9, less than 10, you found it 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5, or you found it more than 10, then what happens? Now, because every piece of cloth is different, every meter is different, this is going to be treated as non-fungible. Does that make sense? So in other words, if you found it to be 10, you have to take it. If you found it to be 9, what did we say in the sheep one? That it's allowed. So you take 9 for the price of 9. And if, however, you found it to be 11, what's going to happen here? Because if we kind of like cut, like if it's 11 and you take 10, you know that 11th one, what am I going to do with it? So it's like, okay, you've got your 10, but then I have to take the burden of that 1 meter. Who's going to buy 1 meter of cloth? It's very rare you find someone who buys 1 meter. So that's why they've said no. If it's 11, then in that situation, if each amount of cloth's price has been mentioned, each meter's value has been mentioned, then you have to pay for 11. If each meter's price has not been mentioned, then you have to pay the price of 10, and it's as though I gave you that extra one free. Right? So we'll stop at that one, and inshallah, I think next time I'm going to expand more on this masala. So we haven't finished yet. I just want to clarify. We're going to mention this extra masala because I think it's very important to do it easily. I don't want to go over time. That's it. I don't want to make it more than 15 minutes. So, okay, let's mention what we've done so far. So we talked about non-fungible items. If you sell non-fungible items and you only mention 1 unit, then according to Abu Hanifa and Sahibain, not allowed at all because it's going to cause an argument. The items are not the same. If, however, you mention the value of everything or you mention the total amount that you have, then if I find that there is the same amount as you asked for, 10, then you take it for 10. And if it's non-fungible, if it's fungible and you find it to be 9 cups of rice, you take 9 for the price of 9, 11 for the price of 11. And if you find it to be non-fungible item like goats or something like that, we said you take it for the price of wherever it is. But if it goes over 10, then fasada, then it's not allowed. And in cloth, we said we're going to repeat this again, inshallah ta'ala. Let me know if you guys understand this. I know this masala is a bit tricky and it's a bit confusing, but I really feel that sometimes certain masail you have to take your time in trying to understand them. Go over it again. If there's anything you guys don't understand, put it in the comments, because when you guys put the comments up, what I do is I think about it and then I have to kind of like go away and think to myself, how am I going to explain this in a different way? So anyway, try this again. Go over this masala, watch this video again, time and time again. And if you really don't understand, then inshallah I'm going to try to explain it in a different way. Jazakumullah khair, guys. Hope you guys benefit from this. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the bell, share it with all your friends and family and everyone, and the aliens as well. Share it with everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair, guys, for all of your support. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to produce the videos that I've put up on my YouTube channel. And there is so much more that I really want to do. And without the support of you guys who are patrons, generously supporting this channel, I've been able to get myself a camera, which as you guys can see, the quality of this camera, mic system, software. I've been able to hire an editor. So what do I want to do? I want to make lots and lots of more videos for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, in the subjects like Arabic and Fiqh and Hadith and Tafsir and Aqidah and all those other things as well. And for this to happen, again, this channel needs support. So if you guys want to become patrons and support this channel, then check out the link below. Also, if you do become patrons, you'll have access to videos that I don't put up on my normal YouTube channel. So check that out, inshallah. And there's most other perks as well that you guys can benefit from. And if you want to access this channel through social media, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, Facebook page, and other things as well that you can visit. So jazakumullah khair again, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I hope to see all of you guys. If you guys are interested, please leave us feedback, get in contact with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.